Hi, this is Derek with MostInterestingLife.com, and I'm on my way to the post office to ship out my shipments for the day, and I figured might as well make another video. So the title of today's video is Interesting People Have Their Own Style. Now, one of the things that most interesting people have in common is that they have a certain style that they've developed. They have a certain way of dressing, a way of grooming themselves that they've refined over the years to best suit who they are. I've done videos, I've done posts on how interesting people experiment, and a lot of this comes from trial and error. I mean, some people are just naturally good at it. Some people just all in one shot, they'll get some stylist or they'll emulate somebody from a magazine or a movie, and those are all great things to do too. But the way that I've done it and the way a lot of people do it is just bit by bit. You figure out different things that work for you. You try different types of clothing. You may try different types of shoes, different ways of styling your hair, different types of accessories and such, different grooming routines. But, life is a lifelong journey of figuring things out and just looking to become better in all areas of life. And style, grooming, is one of those areas. So, I'm no fashion guru. I'm no fashion expert. I don't claim to be. But I've learned certain things that work for me. I've learned certain rules that work for pretty much everyone. And I'll share some of that with you. But I think that anybody living an interesting life should make it a focus to do a little bit of research in this area. Figure out things that work for them. There are lots of videos that have a lot of great information. Every once in a while I'll watch some videos on style and grooming just to get a few tips. I don't focus on as much as some people do, but I think it is one thing that you should do. If you're dressing and styling yourself and the exact same way that you were in high school, college, or 10, 20 years ago, maybe you should look at yourself and say, hey, maybe I should make some changes, some positive changes. So, one thing that I did was I just started wearing V-neck t-shirts as opposed to regular t-shirts. This is a small change that worked out better for me. I like the way they look, I like the way they fit, and for some reason, it might sound stupid, I would never wear them, but now I wear probably more V-neck t-shirts than regular t-shirts, and I consider it to have been a good result. Another thing is make sure that your clothes and things that you wear, they fit you right. Most people wear things a size or so too large. One of the biggest things, more important than the cost of clothing or anything else, is how they fit you. There are a lot of different fits out there. There's relaxed fits. There's fitted fits that are they're cut a little bit differently to be a little bit closer fitting. Figure out what works for you. Now, some people wear things that are too tight, and this is a problem too. But most people, on average, especially guys, they do this. They wear things that are way too loose on them. It looks like they're wearing their grandfather's shirt. It's ridiculous, and they could benefit a lot by wearing things that'll fit them a little bit closer. Now, in the same point, and tied to this, is the better shape you're in, the better your clothes will look too. So you want to have this as motivation to get in more shape, not have a big belly or a gut, so that you can wear more fitted clothing. Because if you're a guy or a girl, it'll help you out. Now, when it comes to styling hair, I've never been courageous enough to to change my hairstyles around too much at one single time. There have been a few times that I've just buzzed most of it off. I've done it here and there, but I found the better way for me is to change things around a little bit at a time. For example, when I get my hair cut, I get buzzed around the sides. I might get it buzzed a little bit shorter or a little bit longer. Lately, I've been getting it buzzed at a much shorter cut around the sides. At the same time, growing the top a little bit longer. And I've noticed that making little changes like that have been just more doable, more comfortable, and right now I get my hair cut about once a month. It's very doable to make changes like that, and if I do a little change every month, it leads to bigger changes over time, and I get to experiment and see, did I like it being my hair being a little bit longer on the top, did I like, and the sides being shorter. It's a great way to do it without having to dive in completely. And any women watching this, do not cut your hair short. No matter what your friends tell you, no matter who wants to encourage you to. I know a lot of people might not like me saying this, but guys prefer long hair. Even evolutionarily, it's a sign of good health. It's, if you're able to grow your hair long, do it. It's almost always a better thing. Any friends of yours that are telling you if you have long, healthy hair to cut it short, they're probably not your friends. Subconsciously, on some level, they want to see you fail. Just don't do it. Another style thing is dress up more. Experiment dressing up more. Guys, experiment on a normal day, just wearing a collared shirt and dress shoes out, just to do your normal errands, to do everything, and see how you feel. It's very interesting to see just how it puts you in a different state of mind to be more dressed up than you normally would be. They say that the clothes make the man. Well, sometimes it can affect the way you think. Even if you're just spending a lot of time around the house and such, it could put you in a more professional mind state to maybe even get more work done, do more business stuff. So it's an experiment. When in doubt, they always say, a good rule of thumb, dress up a little bit more. If I'm going to a party, I'm not sure how to dress, I'll dress up a little bit more. If I'm going out for a night, maybe to bars and clubs, I'll dress up a little bit more than I would. So a step higher than casual. I'll wear a little bit nicer shoes, nicer shirts. Always err on the side of dressing up more. If you don't know what to do and a way to make shopping more fun, go shopping with a friend. It could be, usually women know more than guys with fashion and stuff. But yeah, going shopping with a friend just gets another perspective and makes it a little bit more interesting. I know guys don't really like to go around shopping too much. I'm the same way. Like, I'll usually just, when I do, I'll go out by myself. Guys know what they want. They run into the store, they get what they need, and then they leave. Women, they like to go spend more time. They bounce from spot to spot. So going shopping with a friend is a great way, though, style-wise, to get another point of view. And you don't have to spend a ton of money to really get excellent clothing items and accessories, shoes or stuff for you. There are places like TJ Maxx, that Marshalls, that you could get, their whole advertising campaign is brand name items for less. You could get a lot of great things for less money. And I've gone to places like that in the past, and I've gotten really nice items, really nice shirts, nice belts, all sorts of things from there. Another thing, really cheap, but it's a little bit risky, and you need to really know your size, is getting things online at places like eBay. You could get genuine designer clothing on eBay for pennies on the dollar. It's ridiculous how cheap it is compared to the full price. It's even much cheaper than sale prices. You could get things for incredibly cheap. So the risk is if it doesn't fit you right, if the size is a little bit off. But in my experience, it usually pays off. That just because you could get shirts for $10, really nice shirts, you could get designer items for $10. You could get things that would be a couple $100 for $30, and legit items. Sometimes you get things used. That's when you get a really, really cheap. But if your excuse is that you don't have money or you don't want to spend a ton of money, that's not really an excuse, especially nowadays with the internet. So that's a great way to get some great items. And another rule of thumb, another point is, it's better to have a few higher quality items than a lot of lower quality items. And now lower quality could mean a lot of things. It could just mean don't look as good. It could mean don't fit as well. Just lower quality fabrics. It could mean a lot of things, but it is better to have one or two really nice pairs of jeans than to have 10 Levi's, whatever, Walmart brand, so-so jeans. I mean, one thing with jeans and denim is that it's generally okay to wear them over and over again between washes. In fact, a lot of times if you wash them too much, you could fade the colors, you could wear away the material. So if you have one or two really good pairs, that's usually a pretty decent investment and could last you a really long time. The same thing with shoes. Get high quality shoes. Or even if you go to, I've gone to Famous Footwear. It's sort of like a TJ Maxx, Marshalls for shoes. I've gotten nice shoes that have lasted me years there, that were just maybe $30, $40 for what I consider to be really nice shoes that I like, that other people like. So, not having a ton of money to spend is not really an excuse. One thing I have spent more money on were good pairs of jeans, but once I found a pair of jeans I liked, again, I've bought extra pairs on eBay for cheap of the nice brands. Like, I like Fidelity. I'm wearing a pair of Lucky Brand jeans that I got for Christmas. Someone got for me. It's good to know certain brands that are good. I mean, a lot of the whole brand thing is a scam, but there are certain ones that they're good. Know your fit, know your size, and then just go to eBay, get them cheap. So not want to spend a ton of money is not really an excuse. So experiment, see what works. It'll take experimentation. It's trial and error. But if you make educated guesses and you're doing things for the right reasons, you're likely to make the right choice. If you're getting a nice fit, you could try things on in stores. There's nothing wrong with that. Like in dressing rooms and such. I mean, you don't even have to buy it. You try it on, see what works, and then get it cheap on eBay. And then another thing with style is, there's what you wear, but then there's also your surroundings. How does your living space work? How is your room, your apartment, your house? How does it define you? If you have friends or people coming to visit you, how do things look? Again, you could go on eBay. You could go to places like the Walmart. Target has a lot of great things that you could put on your walls, interesting things. I'm always talking about travel. One thing that I've done a lot of is when I go to different countries, I look for different interesting things that I could hang up on my wall. I like different cultural masks to put up. That's a good one. If you go in my bedroom, it could be kind of eerie looking, but I think it's really interesting to have all these different masks from different countries. I have things from Japan, China, India, South America. I have this carnival mask from Venice, Italy, all hanging up, and it makes things very interesting. I have this funny wooden clock I got from Brazil. I have that on the wall. So if people come over, I did a post recently in a video on storytelling. You have stories to tell. It gives your place where you live a lot of style. Focus on the lighting. Your bedding is very important. Like, if you're looking to what to have, even if you just have a room somewhere, invest in good bedding, comfortable bedding. It's ideal to have a nice mattress, nice pillows. That is a really big investment as far as your place and the style of your living surroundings. So, I mean, style is just another area to look to grow more throughout your life. It's another opportunity, too, to become more interesting and to present yourself in an interesting way. And also, it affects how you feel on the inside. Yes, style. Yes, when you have people come over your house, all these things, it affects how they see you. But it also affects the way that you feel. It affects the way you dress, like I said before. If you dressed up and you dress really nice, usually you'll feel more confident and you'll feel more ready to get things done than if you're just wearing the same old clothes 2 days in a row, the same ratty old sweatpants and sweatshirt or t-shirt. Dressing, it has a positive effect on you and also your surroundings, because your surroundings affect you whether you know it or not. They affect you consciously or subconsciously. So you want to set up your surroundings for success as well. So in closing, your inner style, it's just another great opportunity to project yourself in an interesting way and to feel more interesting. And it's a never-ending, lifelong journey. And it's another great thing to constantly experiment with and to grow. So if you like this video at all, please give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe, go to my website, mostinterestinglife.com. And until next time, stay interesting.